Jack is a dedicated employee who always tries to please everyone around him. He never says no to his colleagues, boss, or even his friends. Jack believes that if he helps everyone, he will be loved and respected. But then, he realizes a harsh truth. No matter how much he does, some people are still dissatisfied. His colleagues take advantage of his kindness. His boss doesn't appreciate his efforts, and his friends see him as an obvious choice. Jack feels exhausted, has no time for himself, and gradually loses his confidence. Have you ever been in a situation like Jack's? The truth is, you can't please everyone. So why try? Let's explore the wisdom of great philosophers to find the answer. 1. You can't please everyone. If you try to please all, you will please none. No man can serve two masters and satisfy both. The unhappiest people are those who care too much about what others think. A person who seeks everyone's approval will lose themselves in the process. No matter how good you are, someone will always find a reason to criticize you. The surest way to fail is to try to make everyone happy. Your worth is not measured by how much others approve of you. Those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. You are not responsible for others' expectations, only for your own integrity. Don't waste your life chasing the approval of those who wouldn't notice your absence. You can't please everyone, so stop trying. Trying to make everyone happy is a never-ending cycle that will leave you exhausted and unfulfilled. People have different opinions, desires, and expectations, and no matter what you do, someone will always disagree or be dissatisfied. The more you try to gain approval, the more you lose yourself. Instead of chasing others' validation, focus on staying true to your values and principles. True confidence comes from within, not from pleasing the crowd. Let's move on to the next section to understand why caring too much about others' opinions can be a major obstacle in life. 2. Caring too much about others' opinions is a major obstacle. The more you depend on others' approval, the more you lose control of your own life. He who seeks fame is like one chasing the wind, always moving but never arriving. You will never be free if you are a prisoner of others' opinions. Do not waste your time worrying about what others think. Their minds are their own prisons. Care about people's approval, and you will always be their prisoner. A lion does not lose sleep over the opinions of sheep. To fear criticism is to give power to those who don't matter. Your life is too short to be lived according to the expectations of strangers. When you live for others' approval, you die a little inside every day. The world will judge you no matter what, so live in a way that makes you proud. Caring too much about others' opinions will hold you back. If you constantly worry about what others think, you are not truly living for yourself. Seeking approval means placing your happiness in someone else's hands, which leads to insecurity and fear. The greatest thinkers of history remind us that freedom comes from within, not from validation. Remember, others' opinions do not define your worth. Don't let them control your life. Let's move on to the next section to explore why focusing on yourself is more important than trying to please everyone. 3. Focusing on yourself is more important than pleasing everyone. He who conquers himself is greater than he who conquers 1,000 men. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. A wise man is content with his own approval, not the applause of others. To find yourself, think for yourself. Happiness depends upon ourselves, not on the opinions of others. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Stop worrying about others' expectations. Instead, set your own goals and chase them. He who depends on himself will never be disappointed. The only approval you need is your own. Know yourself and be true to that. Everything else is secondary. Focus on yourself, not on pleasing others. The more you focus on yourself, the more you grow. When you stop worrying about what others expect and start living according to your own values, you gain true freedom. Inner strength comes from self-awareness, not from external approval. You don't need anyone's approval but your own. Focusing on yourself is the path to freedom and happiness. Let's move on to the next section to explore why happiness does not come from pleasing others. 4. Happiness does not come from pleasing others. No one can make you happy until you decide to be happy yourself. Happiness is not found in seeking approval, but in seeking purpose. A fulfilled life is one where you do not live for the expectations of others. The only way to be happy is to stop worrying about what others think of you. True happiness comes when you no longer need validation from anyone. Live according to your values, not the expectations of society. If you live for their praise, you will suffer from their criticism. Chasing approval is like drinking salt water. You only become thirstier. You were not born to meet the expectations of others. Peace begins when you stop caring about impressing others. Happiness comes from within, not from others' approval. Many people spend their lives trying to make others happy, only to realize they are miserable themselves. True happiness comes from living with purpose, not from seeking validation. Philosophers teach us that external approval is fleeting, but inner peace is lasting. Happiness is not about pleasing others, but about finding meaning and peace within yourself. Let's move on to the next section to discover how to let go of approval seeking and live authentically. 5. Letting go of approval seeking and living authentically. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. If you want to be free, stop seeking validation from those who don't even understand you. Live your truth, even if it makes others uncomfortable. You owe it to yourself to live a life that is true to who you are. When you stop seeking approval, you start living with confidence. Courage is not living without fear, but being true to yourself despite it. Your life belongs to you. Do not let others dictate how you should live it. You can never find yourself if you are constantly lost in the opinions of others. A free man is one who is not enslaved by the thoughts of others. Live authentically, not for others' expectations. At the end of the day, the only person you need to satisfy is yourself. The greatest form of freedom is the ability to live your truth without fear of judgment. The Stoics remind us that happiness and inner peace come when we stop living for others and start living for ourselves. Letting go of approval seeking will help you find true freedom and a meaningful life. Conclusion. Stop trying to please everyone. Start living for yourself. Throughout history, philosophers and great thinkers have shown us one undeniable truth. Trying to please everyone is a losing battle. When you stop worrying about the opinions of others, you gain the power to live authentically, confidently, and peacefully. What do you think? Have you ever felt trapped in trying to please others? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe to Wisdom Vault, and turn on notifications so you never miss an insightful philosophy lesson.